Hello and welcome to Roll to One. I'm Jaden Arnold. You're watching Whispers of Old Harbor. We're in the 1920s. We're having a great time. Now we're finally in what I'd like to call a murder mystery. Someone is finally dead. So without further ado, let's get ready for tonight's episode of Whispers of Old Harbor. So we arrived at the Waterford Manor. We explored its immediate spaces, and we interacted with some of the upper echelon, and as I said multiple times, movers and shakers. But one mover, certainly a shaker, is now unconscious? Certainly not moving. But we're in a secluded study as the mayor of Harborview proper is sitting in a chair. Some random woman who has stumbled upon him violently screamed. And you've all arrived. Now, you're not the only ones here. There are, as this game calls, bystanders nearby. But you all, especially you, Gumshoe, are the investigators for this plot. I leave it to you. I've described this space. It is nice. There's a big old desk. There's big tall mirrors and big long curtains hanging near them. But as far as the rest of the room, I'm just going to double check that I didn't miss anything. There's a few various certificates on the table, photographs.
Fireplace with a couple chairs.
There's a lamp, a banker's lamp casts the light on the desk. Yes, there's a fireplace. And some leather armchairs, which one of which is being sat in. Well, I guess would you call it is he seated if he's like dead?
He is in a chair.
I would imagine. Let me describe it physically.
Open eyes.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Not alive.
Okay. Which chair is he in?
He's in the chair closest to the door. I'm imagining this desk space is interesting. The door opens. Oh, I should switch that.
That's
my
what
bad.
I was like.
Thank you. No, you're good. Please tell me.
Is
pointing
there a
to
map?
it.
It's you guys. No.
No.
It's
Okay.
there. You are. I hit it twice.
There we go. Okay.
Oh man, I love it. This is why the live producer is cool. Miss you, buddy. He's at a Renaissance fair this weekend. I'm like, here we are.
Jealous.
That's why it's all techie and glitchy. But you love us, hopefully.
You love us.
Roll plus top. All right. So yeah. So when you walk in to the room, it's the left side of the desk, the chair to the right, facing the windows. Just so that you understand, the fireplace against the far wall at a catty corner left from your current position in the doorway.
Okay.
I'm a good bit taller than everybody else around, so I will kind of stay back and just peer over, looking into the room. It is not a sight that I am unused, that I am...
Yeah, you're looking in the room. I mean, I can't tell you to roll a perception check. You have to tell me what you want to do,
No, I'm just
and
kind
then
of
I will tell you
observing
what's
and
happening.
see who takes initiative.
So, as a detective, I will push my way through and I will go up to the body and just kind of observe what's going on and first check for a pulse. Obviously,
Check for a pulse.
Yes.
The man has no pulse.
no pulse, not breathing.
Not breathing.
Gotcha.
As you look into this room, you've now begun to investigate a mystery.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll to investigate a mystery.
And that's plus sharp, right?
That
Yes.
is plus sharp. I mean,
Yeah.
it's hopefully you guys all have sheets.
Yeah. I'm just double checking.
Yes, roll plus sharp.
Unfortunately, see, that is 6.
So you mark experience.
Yes.
Catherine slips through as she's petite through the people to see. If I roll to investigate a mystery, can I see if there's any like wounds or?
Yeah, you can for sure roll to investigate a mystery.
Okay. Oh dear. Not good. 7 actually, so barely.
All right. You gain a question
From the list.
from the list.
I don't like any of these questions.
Well, ask them, and I promise that I will be more than forthright.
Okay. What can do it?
What can it do?
Sure.
That's what the question says.
Dyslexia won on that one. Sorry.
I mean, I have a very inappropriate joke, but I will not.
Here.
What
It's the-
can it do?
Thank you.
You're referring to, in this
Well-
game, you're referring to and it would be a monster, right? Normally, as you would play this
Right.
game. But in this case, we don't know that. So what can it do is a fine question. You find that whoever or whatever did this, as you begin to check for wounds, you open the jacket and you see in his lap is an empty vial. And it's cork on the ground.
Can I investigate a mystery from afar? Am I allowed to?
You guys are all allowed to investigate a mystery. What do you mean? What do you want to do?
Well, I want to. Well, I'm gonna just. I want to know.
People are, I will say, the environment, people are kind of sitting back. No one's really talking. Everyone's kind of in shock.
I'm doing two things that I'm trying to gather from the just looking. What happened? Or three things. What happened? Which I don't need answers before I roll. What happened? Who did it? Where did they go? If somebody did it that I can find.
Just go to roll an investigate mystery.
11.
Wow.
I rolled a 10 on the die.
So you can hold two. You can ask one of those questions now, or you can hold them both. But basically, to investigate a mystery, you're looking at the scene at hand.
Yeah.
You can investigate a mystery other places in the location. I've always ruled this as it being the immediate scene.
Yeah, I'll
Right.
say where did it go? I'm looking for a suspect.
Where did it go?
Anything that would reveal.
Okay, so you look and you see that you're no stranger to a quick getaway. You look over to the window, you see that it's shut, it's locked tight. I imagine that you walk over to the space, you kind of look down, and you just see that the bushes are untouched. You see that the whole area is fairly standard as far as you understand. You know, I won't say that you're a fixer, but you're certainly have gotten rough with people before. So you understand the situation, you look, you see no bruises, you see that Catherine is investigating something on the ground, and you're looking, and you're like, where would I go if I caused this? Just go back out the door. It's the only escape route that you see. Whoever they are is amongst the crowd in the main ballroom, and they likely haven't left.
Cool. I'm going to hold my second question and head towards the front door. Or do I have like ooh?
You can go towards the front door.
I wanna communicate with my team. Am I able to do that from out here? Does anything exist where I'm able to do
Yeah, you literally, first of all, talking to the microphone. Second of all,
Sorry.
you're just looking to talk to your team. Just open the door.
Like, open the front door?
Just open the front door.
Oh, well, no, I'm trying to, like, is there any telecommunication that I can, like, walkie talkie?
No, dude, we're in the
Not
20s.
funny.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
1926.
I don't know anything. Okay, well, then I will go to the front door.
Okay, you go to the front door, and you see a few people kind of see you do that. I would imagine that everyone's kind of gathering. They're all talking still, because who wouldn't? And I would imagine even Ruth probably says some off-the-cuff thing like, finally, the party's fun.
Yeah, sounds about right for that time period.
And you go over to the front door, and you open it, and someone goes, hey, where are you going? You're like, I'm not leaving. Like, your body language says that.
Yeah.
But as you peek your head out,
I'm looking for Fred and Tony.
yeah, you see them.
Right.
They're sitting on the porch smoking and, like, laughing with each other.
Hey, boys.
Huh?
Anybody leave here anytime soon, recently?
This is kind of the best way in and out. We didn't see anybody.
Okay. Don't let anybody out.
All right, consider it locked down, sir. And he walks over and he grabs a crowbar and he just shoves it between the middle.
extreme.
Yeah, I would have just for your own personal like flavor. Those two were like manning the outside, just because they do
great.
that. Because if you need a quick getaway, duh, and so they were manning the outside, and they assure you
Nobody left.
Great.
Great.
So whoever it was is still here.
I want to go into the room, and I'm gonna pull out my notepad like I'm writing up a piece for the Gazette, because this is gonna be hot news for my particular section of the newspaper. But as I do it, I also pull out a pair of spectacles
Okay.
that have different colored lenses, one blue and one red. And I want to observe the room, like as I'm taking notes, like through each eye, and see if there's any evidence of anything similar to what was following Sammy that had been present in the room or is currently present in the room.
Yeah, you look through the blue, no blood. You look through the red, everything seems A-okay. You look through both, go ahead and read a bad situation.
That'll be an 8.
An 8.
Yes.
Okay, you hold 1.
All right, so are there any dangers that the general masses have not noticed?
The any dangers we haven't noticed? Good question. You remember to yourself as you read this situation, and you see the vial on the ground now that Catherine kind of holds it and looks at it. And you ask yourself, where did that come from? Well, there's nothing in it. That would have been dangerous, but there's nothing to notice here. So the danger that you haven't noticed probably isn't in this room. And so you think to yourself, what have I noticed? Yeah, you've noticed creatures, you've noticed maybe possibly phenomenons that have been following people, but nothing this big, this monumental for this moment. So I will tell you, to answer your question, no.
Okay.
Whoever did this, seems to be your only lethal threat.
Okay.
The layout of the house.
Yes.
Is there a place that, like, the foyer is where we've been.
You've been in the main ballroom.
Is there a way
Yeah.
to, like, are there doors to keep everybody inside?
Yeah. So this is interesting because we all never lock our doors. You know how like some times you have that thing that's kind of just eternally sits on the top of your molding, and you grab and you occasionally lock your sibling in the bathroom, and you're like, ha ha, and they're like the lock's on the inside.
What?
And
I
so
have
like
no idea what you're talking
this
about.
doesn't have, you know what I mean? And so, but imagine now in the 20s that maybe you do want to lock off a corridor, or maybe you do want to show kind of what's going on. It seems that the conservatory, the main ballroom, the entrance hall, and the study are the only locations that you would be able to operate except for the bathroom.
Sorry, that's like a clue game.
Honestly, I was thinking I was thinking the Clue movie is, let's say, kind of main hall and then doors off to the sides.
the clue board. It's those rooms in there.
They did it correct.
It's
that's
perfect.
what here you are.
Okay, I would like to kind of turn into an enforcer
Okay.
and either use, if I need to, like just like a gun straight up, but just kind of tough everybody into one room.
Okay. Everybody's in the main ballroom. I will make you roll.
Close all the doors. Okay.
Right. And I'm still gonna be in there, and I'm gonna talk to the chief, and say, "Hey, chief, get everyone out of this room. He's dead. We need to investigate this."
Okay. Then I guess I won't send in the doctor. He's long gone.
I mean, send in the doctor. I'm pretty sure he's dead, though.
Okay. Will do. And so he goes over and he grabs Dr. Walter Hastings. And he sends him in the room. So you have him as a bystander in the immediate location. But everyone else has been moved with the help of Sammy. Still learning your names. They've all been moved to the main ballroom. you as well. Do you want to hold on to the vial still, or would you like to put it back where you found it?
I'll put it back where I found it.
Okay, so you put it back between his legs as his man spread. The leg holds the vial in the middle of between his legs.
And was that
put it
where
back
it was
gently.
before?
Yeah, she puts it back there.
Okay. Gotcha.
Excuse
Okay.
me.
Is anybody missing from the roundup?
Well, who did I mention?
The Somers. He's dead. Where's Arthur? Is Arthur in the roundup?
Arthur is in this room. Arthur doesn't necessarily seem distraught, but he's not necessarily happy. He's very like, hey, why won't they let me see my dad? Like, what's going on? Like, what?
Yeah.
He's,
The
he got moved out of the
doctor is
room.
with the police officer.
Yep.
Ruth is here.
Ruth is in the room. She's
Your-
reconvened with Elwood.
Chief is here.
Chief is
Chief
here.
is here.
Marcella.
Marcella's here.
Firestone.
Elias.
Firestone's here.
Gerald.
Gerald is here.
Those are all the names I have, man.
I think that's everyone I have too. Let me just double check.
I haven't met them. Is there a Van Pelt family that you would recognize here? Not really.
There's a member of the Van Pelt family.
Oh,
Okay.
Nobody talked to him.
yeah.
Right.
But I did mention that they were here.
Yeah.
Does anybody want to talk to him?
Well, I'm staying in the study, like kind of investigating, kind of see what's going on. Obviously, I didn't do a good roll, but
I'm gonna look at Lilith and say, have a ball. Help him forget about it.
Who's ready to drink?
I will try to kind of use that distraction to pull Gerald aside,
Sure, you can pull Gerald aside.
but I'll let you guys do
Yeah.
things while that happens.
so just going back in there, like, so, Doc, what can you see? What can you tell me?
Dr. Hastings is of average height.
Okay.
Around 5'10", with a sturdy build, reminiscent of someone who's walked the corridors of hospitals and has spent countless hours on his feet. He possesses a head full of thick, wavy salt and pepper hair, neatly trimmed. His face, round and slightly ruddy, showcases a strong, square jaw and a set of green eyes that seem to pierce with their intensity. This, however, betrays his anxiety, as you see beneath his professional demeanor. Crow's feet hint at age, and many nights he's probably stayed up studying and perfecting this craft. His hands, while soft, have the telltale signs of frequent washing, a slightly chapped skin, and trimmed clean nails. He wears a crisp, ironed white shirt beneath a deep charcoal vest, fobbed watch dangling from his pocket, and a round wire-framed glasses that he frequently moves to pinch the bridge of his nose during moments of deep thought. There's an old-world charm about him, but the heavy bags under his eyes hint at the modern pressures that he is enduring. Okay. He says, I have him down to essentially a heart attack.
Heart attack, you say? Why do you say that?
Well, if you look at his extremities,
Sorry.
it's fine. If you look at his extremities, you see some of the pulsating veins are previously pulsated. He's now locked in stasis. His post-mortem body he just seems to have tried to push blood as hard as possible, and something gave. I guess I see nothing else of note. I'm sorry, if I can't be more help. I tend to do with living victims.
Okay, that's fair, but okay. Is there someone that can perform an autopsy to kind of give us a little bit more general overlook here in town?
The coroner is not here.
Well, no, obviously not here, but do you have one here in town?
Yeah, we could have someone perform an autopsy here in town. I mean, we have an official building that you, of course, have full access to. We will do those introductions. I'm sorry, this is kind of a moment. I'm frankly just surprised. He seemed to be in fairly recent health. He's more spry than he once was since, putting on more weight than we had cared for during the campaign. Probably all the people buying him things. But otherwise, I'm just honestly surprised. He was in good health.
So you knew the mayor well?
I mean, oddly enough, we were friends. She'd been spending a lot of time at the Van Pelts, so I wasn't able to see him as often as I would have hoped. The Van Pelts are not my patients.
Okay.
more than one doctor in town. I'm obviously Waterford's doctor, and I serve most of the wealthy families. It's the Van Pelts that I don't necessarily, I don't see as often as I might have wanted to.
Okay. Well, thank you, Doc. Please be available just in case I have any more questions tonight. And we'll be in touch for having an autopsy done and all that.
Certainly. I hope that you figure out. Are you considering this a murder? I would call this potent death. Whoever was sitting across from him likely said something that. I'm just genuinely all he sees is a guy who's sitting in a chair, and then a guy across from him would have sat there at the desk.
Did they not see the vial?
I'm assuming he's more concerned about the body. Bystanders are not allowed in this game. Not allowed to give you anything more than you would get at a glance, because they are what? Bystanders.
Okay.
I'm learning.
All right. Doc, we don't know what's happening. We just found this out a couple minutes ago. I'm not saying it is a murder. I'm not saying it's not. We just need to investigate. So just be available just in case I do have any more questions. Thank you for your help.
Yes, of course. I'll be in the main ballroom. That big burly man. Yes, he seems like he's gonna keep us all in there. So
keep an eye on that one, Doc. He's not what he seems.
Not sure what that means, but
Just
good luck with the questions.
Thanks.
I don't want to say skitters off. He's not a dog, but he maneuvers himself towards the main ballroom with efficiency.
Yeah.
All right, so you're in the main ballroom.
Yeah.
I'd say I'm in the hall by the door. I didn't go to the ballroom.
Great. You're in the room itself, and you're also in the main ballroom.
Well, as much as I respect Quentin's decision, tried to make everybody not in the study in the ballroom.
Okay.
So I would have tried to move you. If you didn't move, that's a different thing.
Well, do you want to move?
No.
All right. Now, there is a rule for this. So there's a manipulate someone for another hunter. So go ahead and roll to manipulate someone using tough right now against another hunter.
12.
Oh.
Holy cow. You must act under pressure to resist this request. Go for it.
Okay. So I must act under pressure?
Act under pressure. Roll plus cool.
But it'd be fear, so it doesn't affect
I'm
me.
not trying to make you scared. I'm going to physically lift
He's
you.
going to move you to the other
physically
room.
move me. Okay. So it's
This is not necessarily a fear effect, and monsters will come into
Yes.
play. Give it
Okay.
time. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it would be...
Just roll plus
Tough?
cool.
Roll plus
Yep.
cool. Okay. That'll be an 8.
Okay. I give you a hard choice, a worse. Oh, I see. The keeper is going to give you a worse outcome, hard choice, or price to pay. All right. You could move out of the way,
Yes.
right? You could be still where you are if you want. However, he's going to take all of the stuff that is in your hands currently to get you to follow him. And it won't work because you'll be still here.
Yep.
Or you can move. Because if I saw a dude who's like doing stuff and it's like, move, buddy, and you try to move them and they're like, hey, I would take their crap and walk the other way, which is what he's going to do. So what do you do in response? Do you let him take your stuff or do you just follow him out? However, if they do what you ask, which you could always just do, he gets to mark experience.
No, if they do what I ask, you mark experience.
If they do what you ask, they mark. Oh, no, yes, that makes sense.
Okay.
And get +1 ongoing while doing what I asked.
It's pretty brutal. That's actually good.
Yeah.
That's
With there being nobody else in the room currently, I've observed. Would I have been there long enough to see the doctor leave?
yeah,
would
sure.
this
No,
yeah.
if you were in that room with the...
I wasn't in the room. I was in the hallway. Like I got out of the room.
Yeah,
I was in the hallway.
you see the doctor move.
Okay.
He's now the only one currently in the room.
Okay. With him being the only person in the room with the body, and I've already done my spiel, I will go reluctantly.
Okay. You have a mark experience,
Yeah.
and you have +1 ongoing to leave the room. To leave the area. Now, Catherine, what are you doing?
I turn to Ruth and ask, does any of the Summer family have not necessarily enemies, but people that don't quite like them?
I would be remiss to not acknowledge what the party we're here for is truly about. This is about funding for the manor. The mayor was in support of making that manor a historic site. Someone must have been pissed. Oh no.
Interesting. Do you have ideas of who were not in favor of that?
I don't gossip.
Is that a
But-
lie?
Yes. I hate that. I hate that you just do that.
Did you need to ask the question?
But she does say, but I won't. Honey, you're new. Point fingers. See who squirms.
Go up and ask?
Honey, you're new. Point fingers. See who squirms.
Okay.
That's what she says.
Hint, hint.
Well, then I would like to talk to let's see. I'd like to talk to the chief.
Okay. You walk up to Chief Kelvin Strongwell, and he looks at you. Girl.
I wanted to tell you that I noticed something interesting that was with the mayor that you would like to know.
What is such interesting thing?
There was a vial in his lap that probably would like to be looked at.
All right. I'll go and tell the detective. So he walks out, and he comes across you, who's literally guarding the entrance to this room, or to the exit of this space. Not necessarily guarding, but like he approaches you, and as you kind of like grab him by the arm and kind of like half throw him into the room, you're approached by Chief Strongwell, and Chief Strongwell gets up to you, and he goes, I gotta get in that room.
Let me see a badge.
He shows you his badge.
Yeah, okay.
He walks in, and he walks over to the detective and says, the little blonde, Elwood, wanted to point out this, and he shows you the vial.
Gotcha. Yeah, thanks, Chief. Yeah, I noticed that. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet. Did she touch it?
Yeah. I don't know.
Making assumption. That's okay.
Okay.
I don't know. That's what he says.
Out of character, fingerprinting's a thing nowadays, right? During this
This
time.
is the type of mystery, just to give you a little bit of help.
Yeah.
This is one of those things where everyone's here. No one will leave until we know who did it, because otherwise everyone's at risk.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
basically, figure it out, or you don't go home.
Okay. Fair. Okay. Back in character.
Yep.
So, yeah. Thanks, Chief. Yeah, I was just about to look at the vial.
Hey, between you and me, did you do it?
Did I kill him?
I mean, I'm assuming the man was poisoned.
Chief, we have no reason necessarily to think that yet. We just found a vial. I haven't even had a chance to look at the vial yet. For all we know, I mean, the doctor says he had a heart attack. I don't know if that's true or not yet, but my guess is probably not.
You seem awfully cagey. You're from out of town. You sure?
Chief, I didn't know I was coming to this until you hand me the invitation. If you want to accuse me of being it, of killing him, then we can talk to the guy who's guarding this room. Cordiano,
You think it's a Cardiano?
I don't know if it is a Cordiano. I just know that he has a past that wouldn't preclude him from being a suspect.
Should I go get him?
Not yet. I think that's too prudent, and
How do we know? And how do I know? Hold on. You know what? Not my business. I'm in charge of men. This is your thing. I'm out. And he walks away.
okay. So I'm gonna look at the vial.
Okay. Investigate a mystery.
7 plus 2, so 9.
9. That is hold 1.
Yes. Okay. So looking at.
You guys are all. This is the type of game while he's thinking. You guys are always able to just interject, step in. It's not.
Right.
There's no initiative.
I
It's just
have
you
a-
happens. It goes. It's
Right.
it's a story. So
I'm holding a question still.
okay. So what are you doing?
So I will be asking a question. What is being concealed here with the vial?
What is being concealed here? And you're saying the vial. You're saying what is being concealed, and you're pointing out the vial. Or do
Yeah.
you want to just ask about the general scene?
Yeah, so let's go general scene for right now. Yeah, what is being concealed here?
What is being concealed here? Well, there's a desk in front of you, and tons of things are concealed in a desk.
Ask a dumb question, get a dumb answer. Okay. So,
It's not a poor question.
Yeah,
It's not a poor answer.
No, it's not. Okay, so I am gonna kind of search around, look around the room, kind of see what else is going on in the room. Just see if there's anything else that seems to be out of place. You said desk, window, lamp, mirror,
fireplace.
Fireplace. Okay, so, yes. Can I investigate a mystery and just do the room at large, other than the desk?
You've investigated the mystery in this
Okay.
room.
Okay. Fair.
You guys want to do anything? You're holding a
Yeah,
question.
yeah,
Did you want to
I
use
wanted
your
to,
question?
I wanted to line everybody up,
Okay.
and what is being concealed here?
Why don't you manipulate someone first?
Okay.
You're just gonna rile them up, line them up, and be like, "Who did it?"
I'm gonna do that.
Turn out your pockets.
But I only rolled a 5.
Mark experience.
But I still have that hell's question. So even if it doesn't work, I'd like to at least. I will ask.
Well, you can also
before-
just investigate a mystery. Is just ask me the question. You're not asking
Oh.
somebody. You just ask me the
So
question.
yeah, what is being concealed in the room? Who's basically? I want to know who's trying to hide, but what's being concealed?
Nothing is being concealed, but I will tell you just for free, not necessarily for free, but using your question, that you have not talked to everyone in this room. I did mention pockets of important people, but I did not necessarily. You guys did not necessarily meet everyone that you needed to before the time clock ticked.
Cool. I'm gonna grab Waterford.
Okay.
To have a conversation.
Yep. What are you doing?
While he's doing that, I want to see if there is anybody in the crowd that is, like, after having gotten pushed back into the ballroom, I want to see if there is anybody who's actively, like, trying to view what is going on down the hall. Like, if they are trying to peer over the crowd or past Sam here to see what's happening. Not necessarily, like, trying to push past them, but trying to kind of like when the police create a line around a crime scene and there's people gawking at the tape.
Yeah, you're seeing Ruth is certainly interested in what's going on. She's very excited about all of this. And you also see, I mean, just basically everyone is intrigued by what's going on, but you're looking for a particular, like, someone to stand out.
Yeah, people who seem particular, like there's going to be general, oh, what's happening? And people that are like,
Yeah, for a long time,
Dead-eyeing it.
you've been a gossip journalist, so you rely entirely almost on other people's inability of keeping it to themselves. And so as you look around and you sort of see who isn't keeping it to themselves, who is keeping it to themselves,
Yep.
you are noticing that there is a lot of interaction between families and some minor accusing that is beginning. You see that the Van Pelts are beginning to gather and point out, I bet Elias had something to do with this. He's never been to the manor, but keeping it alive and never been, that's annoying. Oh, maybe it was the Somers boy, and these other people saying stuff. Oh, maybe it was the Somers boy. He's been never been a fan of his father pushing him in the direction that he's been pushing him in. However, he's been a good businessman. His father's the only thing keeping him out of the way, right? Or Copperfield is like, oh man, finally the thing standing in the way of some of our deals. And Elwood is like, man, I'm just glad to see someone dead. This is exciting. The doctor is even beginning to get accusatory, saying, who would have poisoned something in his own home? It was definitely Waterford, right? Like everyone's pointing fingers, and it's like, Waterford has been making secret deals. I bet he was planning this the whole time. It's like, oh man, did anyone see what happened, or all those kinds of things, and you're gathering a lot of that. But in the midst of that, you see a tension that is brewing. Go ahead and read a bad situation.
That'll be a 7.
7. Let's hold 1. Do you want to ask one of those questions?
Not at... What is my best way in?
Okay. Your best way in. Your best way in... Your best way in is conversation.
Okay.
Do you have anything? What do you want to do?
I would like to talk to the Van Pelt family.
Okay. You walk over to the Van Pelt family, the head of the family, a well-known architect, Julian Van Pelt. He stands tall at 6'2", with a lean, wiry build, the result of many late nights hunched over drafting tables and hurried lunches. He has a chiseled face, sharp cheekbones, and deep-set hazel eyes that often look as though they're calculating dimensions and angles, even when he's not working. His hair is dark, peppered with some gray, always neatly combed back, revealing a prominent forehead with furrowed lines. His hands are a noticeable feature, long fingers, calloused from wielding pencils and rulers, always ready to sketch out an idea. He wears a tailored suit, albeit slightly worn from age and a financial constraint, with a persistent pencil tucked behind his ear. You also notice he's nearby his 2 beautiful daughters, which are both young and blonde, like yourself.
I would like to talk to Julian, I guess, and introduce myself as Catherine Elwood, which is Ruth's granddaughter, and I was just curious if they had seen anything that was out of the ordinary.
Oh yeah, it's a pleasure to meet you, Catherine. I'm Julian Van Pelt. Yes, of course. Have we seen anything that is what? Rough? Like bad? What's going on?
Oh, I'm just asking if you'd seen anybody acting strange.
I mean, no one's acting out of the ordinary. That's what's bothering us. We were hoping that tonight would go differently. It seems that a lot of people were willing to donate, especially with the contributions that Mr. Waterford has been making. This doesn't seem like a fair exchange. But I don't know. It seems like all of that's on pause now with the mayor's death.
And how do you feel about the Sinclair projects?
I think it's wonderful. I mean, as an architect, I benefit greatly from development.
Okay, and then I'll slowly make my way out of that conversation.
Okay.
I will aim for Ruth because she seems the most eager to discuss what is going on. And so being the gossip guy,
Yep.
Let's see if we can't hit up a couple of live wires in what she's saying.
Okay. So you walk up to her and you're just listening, or are you talking?
I'll listen in to see if she's divulging anything that she may not say to someone if it's on record.
She says a few things. She says, I bet it was Waterford. And she also says, I wonder if they're saying poison. I wonder if it was forced down his throat or if he drank it willingly. Or is he saying, someone said something about a dagger. And then she also says, Did anyone see any open wounds on him? Was he killed with the dagger? Those are just a few, like, she's super interested in, like, the death.
Yep.
She's clearly, like, a bit of a, as a mortician, somebody who, like deals with dead bodies? Or is
Yes.
That, yeah.
Yes.
She's you can gauge she's a bit of an amateur mortician.
Okay.
Or
'Cause
would at least like to think she is.
Just, like, seeing herself as a modern-day Da Vinci, wanting to split open bodies.
Ugh.
So, do I have Waterford's attention?
Yes, you do have Waterford's attention. Oh, my. What a terrible evening.
So, we got a couple things to talk about before.
You want to do business now? Someone died.
How do you know he's dead?
I mean, the doctor came back in.
What did he say?
Of course, he's been saying all kinds of things. He came right to me.
Well, there's a couple things. Everybody's gonna blame somebody, and we could talk a little bit of business. Seem like we're being friends, and then I can help divert the eye from you.
Do you have a fall guy?
No, I'm just gonna find out who did it. But I
mean, I don't know who
Sorry.
did it either, but I'm just trying to figure it out. I mean, I'd rather just move on. Mayor's being dead. I just won't throw another party for a couple months.
Who's the next mayor?
Well, we don't have another mayor. We'll have to convene as a sort of council, if you will. We're not necessarily official, as Ruth would like to proclaim, but yeah, I mean, we have a say in who necessarily gets elected. You know how it is.
I do.
I think we need more of an unknown. Why, are you looking to elect yourself?
No. No, I'm just
That would be a twist.
trying to figure out.
Take some interesting moves. The next level up be fun.
I thought you said your study was private.
It is a private study. Of course, anybody wants to make business dealings. I figured the door was open.
Who would want to make business dealings with the mayor?
Well, it depends. Ruth has an upcoming development. She has to get through the mayor's hoopla. Sinclair's have to get through the mayor's hoopla. Any development goes through the mayor. I mean, my own personal interests. I had to make a deal with the mayor just to make the place a historic site. The manor hasn't been around longer than, 4 years? 5 years? It's just pretty, and of course we
Interesting.
named it that way.
Well, let's hope tonight's events don't put a damper on future business. Yeah?
Hey, I'm interested in your business. We will talk again for sure.
Good. And I'll walk to Marcella again.
Okay, while you walk over to Marcella, does anybody else want to interject? Feel free to do it more often.
Yes. Going back to the office. I'll just start rifling through the desk just to see if I see anything that might be related to what was going on with.
Okay. While you roll to investigate a mystery, again, I will tell you what's in the desk.
Okay. 7.
Okay, so you obviously hold one.
Yes.
At any moment, interject if you want. You see letters, neatly stacked piles of letters, some sealed with wax and others opened. A cursory glance reveals that they're correspondences from various acquaintances and business associates. One particular letter written on embossed paper is from Harrison Sinclair, discussing their mutual interests and vaguely hinting at ensuring plans go uninterrupted. Also, you see a diary. A well-worn, leather-bound journal rests closed but unlatched. Its pages contain daily musings, appointments, and notes. One page, dated a week prior, references a, quote, frustrating meeting and mentions the word, quote, uncooperative and threats. You also see a map of Harborview, a detailed map sprawling across a section of the desk, marked with notes and annotations. Certain locations, including the Waterford's estates, the mansion, and the proposed site for a new dock. It is listed as haunted mansion, I will tell you. The manor that we're talking about.
The manor is haunted?
The Harborview Manor, he's
Okay.
listed it as haunted mansion. However, you notice that from this map, the handwritings are different. You also see lines connecting these sites, indicating travel routes and perhaps a deeper connection. You also see a gold signet ring for the Waterford family crest, a black and white photograph of a younger Gerald Waterford with an unidentified woman standing next to him. You also see a small ornate wooden lockbox sitting at the back of the desk. Its surface is engraved with intricate patterns, and it's secured with a heavy brass lock. The key is nowhere in sight, suggesting it's either on Gerald's person or hidden somewhere else in the mansion. You also see something tucked away in the corner. Now, I'm very mean. I'm going to let you spend your investigative mystery to determine the nature of this oddity, or give you the ability to cleverly see a weakness in this lockbox and open it without needing Gerald's key. There's something going on in the desk that you could peer further into,
Yeah.
or you could immediately open this lockbox without Gerald's help. You have to spend your investigative mystery in order to do this.
Right. Yeah. No, that's fair. I am going to investigate the weird thing.
The oddity in the desk.
The oddity.
That's fine. I'm just sort of for attention.
Yeah. No, you're good.
Tucked away in a corner is an antique medical journal. Its pages yellowed with age, a bookmark reveals an article on the effects of certain toxins on the human body, detailed with unsettling hand-drawn illustrations. The margins contain notes written in a hasty scrawl, seemingly unrelated to the article, but hinting at a formula or recipe of some sort. Now, this handwriting is different than the others.
Different from the others on the desk, or different
the letters in the diary.
Yes.
You recognize a consistency.
Yes.
The map of Harborview, a different handwriting.
Okay.
This oddity, a different handwriting than all the rest.
Okay. So 3 distinct handwritings.
Correct.
Okay. Just making sure. Can you go into more detail on the notes in the medical journal, the antique medical journal?
It is not written by the doctor. It is totally just like a. When I say medical journal, it's not like you. It's somebody's notes about what's happened and when they've explored these poisons,
Okay.
And all these things.
But the specific types of poison is not relevant right now.
Not necessarily right now.
Okay.
Sure. You know what? Because I'm nice, I'll tell you it's a local thing you could grow here. It's not like an exotic thing. It's like a thing that too potent. If you drank it, you'd die. It's not like
cyanide in apple seeds.
Yeah, like something you could make.
Gotcha. Okay.
Are you continuing, or?
I mean, if you have something specifically that you want to do right now, go ahead.
Okay. After hearing Ruth ask these questions, I kind of sidle up next to her and I go, well, first, clarifying question. I saw her examining for open wounds before I got ejected, correct? Okay. I sidle up next to Ruth and I go, there aren't any open wounds and there doesn't seem to be any force from the vial into the body.
Then what is the purpose of the dagger?
What is this dagger that you're talking about?
She points to the empty thing on the wall. It's like an empty dagger frame
Okay.
that used to have an ornate dagger of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
You can see its place that would have been pushed into the velvet.
Okay. Well, there doesn't seem to be any relation to this current incident. But has anything like this happened before here in town? Within the last decade or so?
Oh, plenty of people have died in Harborview. And she just goes on a tangent that seems unrelated.
Okay. So getting her going on that, trying to loosening the lips, basically. I want to go, do you know, is there anybody that you know of in town who would have an interest in poisons or would even be able to produce or sell anything like this?
Poisons? I mean, yes, obviously, I think someone was poisoned. Are you familiar with the Three Lanterns bookstore?
I've heard of it in passing.
Interesting. The fact that you've heard of it at all is intriguing to me. Have you met Thaddeus?
No. I'm fairly new to town, so I've just heard speculation.
Well, he would know. But he's not here.
Thank you for that.
Do it. Jump in.
I'm just thinking. So then I would like to talk to Mr. Waterford,
Okay.
and I would go up to him and ask if there was any employees, like the butler, there.
He immediately catches wind of your line of questioning. And he says, I can assure you that my help did not participate in the murder of that mayor.
Oh, I don't believe so, but I was just curious if they were passing in the hallways.
He does say, everyone is in this ballroom.
Is the butler or whomever is here?
Yeah, they're all like around.
Okay.
Did you want to walk up to one?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Quick.
you walk up to a butler like you're
Okay.
looking for. He's well-dressed, well-groomed, and at your disposal.
Well, sir, can you tell me if you've seen anything or anybody in and out of the hallway frequently? Or the study?
He points out the obvious, which those people,
Right.
the people that you immediately become aware of, and he says, "No, I've not been looking for people. Should I have been? I'm sorry, Miss Elwood.
No, I was just curious if you had seen anything in particular.
No, I did not see anyone. Again, I'm sorry."
That's okay.
All right. I am going to go to the door and poke my head out to see if I can see the chief. And Sammy's still standing there, right?
Sure, you're all. If you guys want to convene ever, just make it happen.
Right. No, I'm just asking because I'm going to ask someone to ask Waterford to come into, because it's his house, and you said he's the one that has the key, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. So I'm gonna ask Sammy or the chief or someone to ask Mr. Waterford.
I don't think there's anybody between the study and the front door right now.
Okay.
The study and the door to the ballroom. Everyone is in the ballroom.
Okay. So then I'm going to leave, and I'm going to find Mr. Waterford and ask him to come to the hallway outside of the study, just so that.
Sure,
She
Waterford does come with you.
Gotcha. Mr. Waterford, this is your study, correct?
Yes. Why?
I was just looking around the whole office, and I noticed that on your desk there was several things. I did not look into any of your letters, so your privacy is safe. But for the sake of covering all of our bases, would you be able to open up the little box on your desk, just to make sure that there is nothing else that might be pertinent to this investigation in there?
I can assure you that whatever is in that lockbox is not pertinent to your investigation.
Mr. Waterford, I would love to believe you, and I don't doubt you, but a man has died. And
I understand. Are you hired on a case-by-case basis?
I am hired on a case-by-case basis,
Are you
but
currently in the employ on a case from the police?
I am in the employ, yes. On a specific case, no. I just started today, and the chief has entrusted me in making sure that the death of the mayor is being investigated. So, I just need a quick look into the box. I will not touch anything, and I will not worry about anything else in the box other than just taking a quick look in. Would you please be willing to open it?
If you can give me a wonderful reason why, I'd be willing.
Mr. Waterford, it appears that the mayor was killed by poison. Just going to be completely honest with you. I found a vial, and there was indications of a sudden death. I just want to make sure that. Well, first off, are you the only person that has a key to this chest?
Go ahead and roll to manipulate someone.
7.
7. All right. He's going to do it, but only if you do something for him right now to show that you mean it. If you ask too much, he'll ask you what, if anything, it would take for you to do it, or for him to do it.
Okay.
He says to you, fine, I'll open this lockbox, but whatever you find, you say nothing.
Agreed.
Should I find out that you do, we'll have a problem.
Agreed.
He opens the lockbox. In it is a small... It looks like a snow globe top, like a clear ball. On the inside of that ball is like a bunch of sand. And then in the middle of that is a black pearl.
Okay. Gotcha. So, snow globe, sand, black pearl. Okay, gotcha. All right. Thank you, Mr. Watford. You can close it and lock it back up. I apologize. I just had to make sure that there weren't any other vials that may be poisonous in there.
Fine. And he puts it back where you found it, knowing full well you dug through his desk.
I'm approaching Marcella,
Yep.
and I will be too close to her
Yep.
when I approach.
Okay.
Hey, you guys, I'll be right back.
Okay. What are you doing?
Who did it?
I don't know.
I don't believe you.
I don't know.
I don't want to do anything stupid, ma'am, but I forgot I had an accent until just now. I was like, I'm in it. But we might have a problem. Should whoever did it not reveal themselves, and I don't like the denial.
I don't know.
Did you make a donation tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah?
On behalf of Sinclair. Yeah.
All right. I'm done playing nice. I'll pull out my gun and shoot up.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Okay. You shot a gun in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Bang.
All right. We're done playing around. Come forward, or people are gonna die.
Shoot. Go ahead and roll to manipulate someone.
12.
Okay.
My
Great.
God.
Holy
And
cow.
I'll put the gun away, but then take out my brass knuckles and pull.
All right. I'm gonna tell you.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna tell you what happens. Julian Panpelt walks forward. Calvin Strongwell walks forward. Gerald Waterford walks someone. Ruth Elwood walks forward, and so does Elias Firestone. All of them walk forward.
All right, now we got some players in this game. Are you in there yet?
I'm assuming everyone's in this room now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
There is no
Yeah.
denying
Yeah.
that that's what's happening.
Detective, and I will roll my eyes. How do we get out of here?
Well, Mr. Cardiano, I was in the middle of investigating the mystery when you so aggressively called everyone in here. Glad to see no one was shot this time.
You know that's not my game. Don't try to put something on me this time.
I don't think it was you this time.
Oh,
But
I'm not even talking about whatever happened to the mayor. You know that that's not the way that
let-
I do business.
let's-
Anyway,
let-
we
let's
got
focus
people
on
in front
this.
of us. Did you find anything in that study that might point to whoever did this?
There's an indication that the mayor may have been poisoned.
All right, and did you find out by what? Did you find out?
He had a vial, and it looks like he either was forcefully given, forced to take the poison, or he drank it of his own volition. I did not see any bruising, but he is freshly dead, so bruising may not have had time to.
Did you find anything about what kind of poison it was? Did you find out who might have made the poison? Did you find out anything like that?
On the desk, there was a recipe for a poison that could be made locally, but there's no indication that that was necessarily.
It was, and Ruth Elwood says, she's standing up here. She says, it was my Catherine Elwood that found the poison. Catherine, tell them.
Oh, dear. All I found was the vial in his lap.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
In the book, was the handwriting? Can we test anything against anybody's handwriting?
There was a distinct handwriting, some notes in the margins in the journal, and yes, we could, but we have over 100 people here, so I would like. So
These 5 that just came forward, you don't want to try them first?
I mean, if they are willing to give up handwriting samples, then
I don't think they're willing.
At this point, I would just have them do it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Okay. So,
If you want to make them, I will.
yes, ladies and gentlemen, to help with all of it, to help make sure that Mr. Cardiano does not do anything rash tonight, could I have you guys write a few sentences so that we can compare your handwriting to those in there?
All right. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to roll to manipulate someone. You're going to roll to help out.
While the handwriting thing is going on, I'm going to go up to Henderson and I'm going to tell him, I've also been informed that there's a potential for poisons to be purchased here in town, so you might want to see who has a connection with a Thaddeus.
Thaddeus, any last name? Or any,
No.
Or how would I find this Thaddeus?
Hold on, because he might be able to give you a +1.
He is according to my resource, he is someone, either an employer or the employer or employee of the Three Lanterns bookstore.
Three Lanterns bookstore.
Yes.
Well, thank you. And what was your name again?
Stearns.
Stearns. Mr. Stearns, thank you so much. I may ask for your help again in the future.
What'd you roll on help?
9.
+1 to the roll, but you also expose yourself to trouble or danger. Good to know.
Yep.
So then 7.
Do you want? Yep. Great. So 7. So that is for manipulate someone. They'll do it, but only if you do something for them right now. I'm gonna say actually it's. I think you. No, I think it's fair. I don't think you asked too much. I think it's just given the circumstances. I think you hear Waterford, who's in the space, say, all right, we're going to do this. We're going to do your handwriting dealio. But when we're done, yeah, it's very 70s, your deal, when we're done, we're going to deal with the repercussions that you all will have as well.
Of course, sir.
So we get all of the handwritings out.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody writes out some things. You have them write anything particular?
Quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog.
Okay, you have them write, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog.
I couldn't remember what the sentence
Great.
was. But
Everybody writes it. Go ahead. Whoever is going to investigate a mystery on those 5 pieces of
Can
paper,
I help?
you certainly can help out.
Yes.
Does anyone else
Yeah.
want to be involved? in
Yeah,
this?
I'll help.
I will investigate, obviously, since.
So hold on. Let's let as you look over, instead of you, because you're not
Oh no, I'm not
the guy to do this. Go ahead, Catherine. Roll
I'm
to
not
help
helping
out.
him. I'm just being.
Roll plus cool.
11.
So that's a +1, but also you expose yourself to trouble or danger.
No, it's not.
Help
11
out?
Is just
Oh, 11
+1.
is just a success. Never mind. That's
Then,
a +1. Yeah.
And then investigate a mystery, 9.
+1.
It's actually a 10, so
So-
you hold 2. So now, ask me the questions pertaining to your 5 things right now, or your 5 handwriters.
5 pieces of handwriting.
Yep.
From the list.
From literally just ask me the question. I'm gonna give it to you. Here we go.
Does any.
No. It's not
d-
12 plus. You
you're
got an
right.
11, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you have to ask from the list.
You have to
From the
told
list.
2. You can ask 2 from that list.
I would ask what is being concealed here, but that's just my
Yeah, sure. What is being concealed here?
What is being concealed here? Well, a murderer is being concealed here.
Well, I mean, but that's like the only question that really kind of.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
Pertains to that.
What is being concealed here is that nobody wrote their name.
Oh.
Ask me another
Okay.
question.
Love that.
Oh
I'm not up against you. I'm just saying
no! That
nobody wrote their name.
Terrible,
I would
but smart.
assume that we would.
I'm not smart enough to know to ask him to do that.
Yeah.
no.
Ask a good one.
Yeah. Thank you.
What is being concealed
yeah,
here is that a man
yeah.
wrote it.
Yeah.
How's that?
Okay.
Okay.
And who is on that list? I'm sorry, my mind is.
You're good. Elias, Van Pelt. I think you said Hastings as well, and then
You
Strongwell.
said Elias, Ruth, Waterford.
Okay. So
Elias, Ruth, Waterford, Strongwell, Van Pelt.
Oh, so then yeah, no, that's fair. Hastings
so
was not.
Ruth is the only female on that.
Correct.
So she's
She's
out.
safe.
Strongwell?
Yep, Strongwell.
So you have one more question.
Not
yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Can I ask the individuals to identify their handwriting, like without asking you a question? Be like,
Sure. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. They all
Uh,
point
yeah,
out that
yeah.
this isn't me. This is me. This is me,
Yeah.
this is me.
Okay. Okay. So I now know whose handwriting is whose.
Mhm.
Okay. So I can ask you one other question from that list.
Yep.
This is not a very helpful. I guess what happened here? I think that's the
That's a
only-
fair question.
Yeah. What happened here?
I mean, what happened here? All right. I'm gonna give you the spiel.
Well, okay. Wait.
Hold on.
Sorry.
Hold on. Just hold on.
Okay.
What happened here is that you had some people writing their names confidently. And you can tell as you look down here.
Mm-hmm.
Some people wrote quick brown fox jump over a lazy dog
Right.
like it was the frickin' third grade cursive class.
Right.
And some people wrote it shakily. And the people that wrote it shakily, of those people, Julian Van Pelt matches the handwriting from the journal.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Mr. Van Pelt, what interest do you have with any sort of medical journals?
He draws a dagger,
I'll punch him.
Oh.
an ornate dagger, and thrusts in your direction.
I'll punch him immediately.
You're going to, okay, roll to kick some ass. You take 1 harm as he slices you on the side.
Which I
9.
9, okay?
and
Or could I have protected instead?
You could protect someone. Do you want to?
Yeah.
Okay. 9, okay, you protect them okay, but you'll suffer some or all the harm they're going to get. You are going to suffer 1 harm
Cool.
as he steps in your way, saving you from being stabbed in the side. And instead, you get lightly clawed, taking 1 harm. However, you see the ornate dagger in the hand of Julian Van Pelt.
And I'll. This time.
Yeah, roll kick some ass.
yeah.
12.
Hold on.
12.
Dang.
12? Wow. Okay. Instead, pick an enhanced effect.
So I have my brass knuckles on. So I'll just do 4 harm.
Yeah. Boom. He drops like a towel on the edge of a curtain rack that just falls, like just hits the ground. He's limp on the ground.
Doctor, come make sure he doesn't die.
The doctor walks up and is like, oh, okay. And you like see his like whole like side of his skull is like cracked in as he's like trying to like bleeding out. And he's like, oh, he's like holds it down. And he goes, okay, we'll pick up there in 2 weeks. So thank you. Let me hit a button. This button. So thank you for watching tonight's episode of Whispers of Old Harbor. We have found ourselves a murderer and are going to deal with those implications the next time we see you. Thank you and good night.